Hello guys, in this video I will be solving the questions of the revision sheet for grade 7. So in the first question it says, shows if the figure shown below has been flipped, turned, or slide. So the first one, as you can see here, it only moves like this. So that the transformation here is slide. For the second one, it's not only moving, so it's not slide. As you can see here, this point here that we have it becomes on the left side. So here it has been flipped as a mirror, okay? So you flip that one to the other side. So the transformation here is flip. For question 3, it's very obvious that we just turn the shape. Here we call it turn. For question number 4, we only move it to the side, which is slide. And then for question number 5, now some of you might think this is turn, okay? So if I turn it like this, that point here will be here if I'm turning it. So this one is not turn, it's a flip. So this shape has been flipped, not turned. And now the last one, we have this triangle, it turned to become like this. So this is turn. Now in question 2, it says, graph the image of the figure using the transformation given. So the first one we have, translation, 3 units left. 3 units left. And 2 units up. So for each single point on the graph, I need to move it 3 units left, like 3 squares to the left, and then 2 units up, or 2 squares up. So let me start with this point, N. I will move it 3 steps left, like 3 squares left. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 squares up, 1, 2. So the new point will be here. And I should name it as N prime. Now I should do the same thing for all the points. Now for point C, again, 1, 2, 3 left, and then 1, 2 up. So point C is here. And we should name it as C prime, because it's the image of C. For the point Y, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2. It's here. We call it Y prime. And for the last point F, I move 1, 2, 3 squares to the left, 1, 2 squares up, the point is here. And then we call it F prime. Now, please, in the exam, you should have a ruler, okay? You need to draw a straight lines, not just using your hand. So here, you match them with a straight line to get a similar shape. Which is here. So this shape that I draw now is the image of the original one, the black one. So you just, in translation, is very easy. You just need to follow the instruction. 3 units left, so you go 3 squares left. 2 units up, you go 2 squares up, and then you put the point. Now for the rotation, 180 degree. Sorry. As I said that, when we have rotation, or reflection, you need to know the mapping notation. So the mapping notation for 180, I have x and y, and then it should turn to, sorry, it should be, when I have rotation 180 degree, it should be minus x minus y. This is the mapping notation. What does that mean? Let's take an example. Let me start with the point B, okay? I need to know the x and y of B. What does that mean? It means the coordinates of B. We start always with x and then y. So as you can see here, the horizontal line is x, the vertical line is y. Now I need to know the coordinate of this point B. I need to write it as x, comma, y. So what is the x value? Look, this point here is the 0, 0 point, the origin. Now, when I need to go to x, I'm moving one step. So here the value is 1 for x. And then when I need to go to the point B, I need to go down. How many squares I'm going down? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the coordinate of this point, I moved one step to the right, which is 1, so x is equal to 1. And then I moved 4 squares down. So it's not 4, it's minus 4. Why it's minus 4? Let me explain that. For the x values that I have here, if I'm going to the right side, it will be positive. If I'm going to the left side, the values will be negative. Now again, similar thing for the y-axis. If I'm going up, it's positive values. If I'm going down, as you can see here for point B, I'm going down, so it should be negative value. That's why it's minus 4, not 4. Now after I wrote the coordinate of B, so what's the coordinate of B? 1 minus 4. So the x and y here, it's 1 minus 4. Now, what do I have to do? They said change x and y to minus x minus y. What does that mean? It means change the sign of x, change the sign of y. So now when I need to turn this one here, 1, 4. So the 1 will be minus 1. And the minus 4, I need to change its sign. It will be 4. So this is the meaning of the mapping notation. We have x and y, then it becomes minus x minus y. It means change the sign of x and y. So that's why here 1 becomes minus 1, and then minus 4 become 4. Now this is the image point, minus 1, 4. Let me put it on the graph. The starting point here, this is 0, 0, okay? It says minus 1, it means go to the left by 1 square. Here it's minus 1. And then I have 4. This is for the y. Means I should go 4 steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the new point. So this point here is minus 1, 4. This is the coordinate of it. And we should name it as B prime, like the image of B. Now we need to repeat the same steps for the other points. Now, let me go find W, for example. We need to write the coordinates of W. First of all, we start with X. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the value of X is 4. And then the value of y, 1, 2, 3, 4 also, but I'm going down, so it's -4. Now again, the same thing. Here I have 4 minus 4. I need to apply the mapping notation, which means change the signs. So the 4 will be -4, and the -4 will be 4. Now let me place this point on the graph. -4, it means I should go to the left 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then +4, I should go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the new point. We call it W prime. Okay, we have now the third point that is left, which is y. Let me write the coordinate of y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm moving 5 in the x value. And then I'm going down 1, 2. So it's -2. And now the coordinate is 5, -2. The mapping notation, it says that change the sign. So -5, 2. Now let me place this point on the graph. -5, 2, 3, 4. This is -5. And then +2, I should go up by 2. This is y prime. Now we match them. So always, in order to draw, I need to know the mapping notation. So when we have rotation 180 degree, the mapping notation is xy will be -x minus y. Now we match the point with a straight line. And this is the rotation 180 degree for the triangle BWY. So please, you should memorize the mapping notation here. Okay, next one. It says rotation 90 degree counterclockwise. Again, we write it on the board and then I asked you to memorize it. So the mapping notation here is xy. Always we start with x and y. It means the point that we have. So x and y should be, now what's the mapping notation? -y, x. Let's try to understand it first. So x and y, it becomes -y, x. So the x value, you leave it as it is, but you put it instead of y. And then the y value, you put it instead of x. And also you need to change its sign. What does that mean? Let's check it with an example. Now, again, the same thing. I need the coordinates of the points. Let me, for example, take the coordinates of the point E. So the coordinates always, to read them, start from here, from 0. We start with x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, so it's -5. And then I'm going up 1, 2, 3. So it's 3. The coordinate, sorry, the coordinate of A, -5, 3. Now the mapping notation, it says, take -5, like take x to the y value. So it's here -5. And then take the y value 3 to the x place, but change its sign. So 3 will be -3 here. Now let me put the point on the graph. It says x -3, y -5. X -3, y -5. So it's here. E prime. Now the second one. The point T, for example, it's -2, 3. If I need to write it in the mapping notation, the -2 will be here, and the 3 will be -3. Now let me put it on the graph. X -3, and then y -2. The point is here. And we name it as T prime. Next point, let me take R, for example. Sorry. Let's choose R. The coordinate of R, 1, 2, 3, 4, -5. And it's on the x-axis. It's not up and it's not down. So the y value is 0. So the coordinate of R is -5, 0. Now when we apply the mapping notation, -5 will be here. And then we put 0 here. We need to change its sign, but you know that 0 has no sign, so it will be 0. Now the new point, x is 0, y is -5, which is here. We call it R prime. Next, now the last point, we have u. The coordinate for u, x is 0, it's not on the right, it's not on the left. X is 0, and y is 2. 0, 2. Now when we apply the mapping notation, 0 will go here, and 2, I should change its sign, it will be -2. So this is the new point, -2, 0. -2, 0, so it's here. We call it u prime. Let me remove this. Now we match them with the straight lines. W, T, T, E, E, R, and then R, U. So this is the image of the original shape after rotation, 90-degree counterclockwise. So again, how can we know it? How can we draw it easily? Using the mapping notation. Now for the next one, the last one, we have reflection across the y-axis. Again, what do I need? I need the mapping notation. XY will turn to -x, y, which is very easy. What does that mean? Let me put it here. It means leave y as it is and only change the sign of x. Now let me write the coordinate of the points. Let me start with P. What's the coordinate of P? X -1, y -1. It's -1, -1. Now the mapping notation, it says change the sign of x only. So here x is -1, then I will make it 1. So the new point is 1, -1. X is 1, y is -1, it's here. Let me call it P prime. Now for u, it's -2, -4. It's -2, no, sorry, I should write it down. -2, -4. The image of it, I should change the sign of x. So it will be 2 - 4. x is 2, y minus 4 is here. This is u prime. Now, the coordinate of n, 4 step to the left, this is minus 4. 3 step down, this is minus 3. So it's minus 4, minus 3. Now, how do we solve it? We change the sign of x, which is minus 4. We change it. It will be 4 minus 3. X is 4, y minus 3, it's here. And we name it as n prime. Now we match them with a small straight lines. So this is the image after reflecting the shape across the y-axis. So please memorize the mapping notation. It's the key to solve all these questions. Okay. Now for this question, it says graph the image and label it using prime notation. Prime notation, it means the letters that I was doing here. Like P becomes P prime, U becomes U prime, and so on. So here they are giving me a mapping notation. What is it? Translation xy. Then it changed to x plus 1. What does that mean? It means go one step to the right. And then here y plus 5. What does that mean? Go up because it's y by 5 points, 5 steps. Now that's what I have to do. But here there is a table, we need to fill it. Let me a little bit zoom out. Like this, okay. So we said that we have one step right and 5 steps up. You can now just go and draw it, like you take, this is one step to the right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and draw it. Or you can fill the table and then draw it, okay? For me, I would like to finish the table first, because I would like to use the mapping notation. So first of all, they said here pre-image. Pre-image is what? Pre-image is the original shape. Now, I'm asking here to write the coordinates of all the points. So what's the coordinate of k? As we said, you start from 0, 1, 2, 3 to the left, minus 3. So x is minus 3. And then I'm going down 1, 2. This is minus 2. Now for m, minus 1, minus 3. Minus 1, minus 3. For t is minus 2, minus 4. And for y, it's minus 3, minus 4. Now, as I said, you can first draw it, graph it, and then write the coordinates, or you can find the coordinates and then graph it. For me, I'm finding the coordinates first. Now here, the mapping notation, it says, we need to add 1 for the x value, and we need to add 5 for the x value, for the y value. So here I put k prime, m prime, t prime, y prime. I need to find their coordinates. So how to find x? You need to add 1 for the original value. How to find y? You need to add 5 for the original value. So here, minus 3, if I need to add 1, it will be minus 2. Then here we have the y value is minus 2. I should add 5. So minus 2 plus 5 is 3. Let me place this point now on the graph. -2, 3. It's here. And they said use prime notation, so I should name it as K prime. Now for m, -1, when I add 1, it will be 0. -3, when I add 5, it will be 2. Now let me graph this point. 0, 2. X is 0, y is 2. It's here. We name it as m prime. Now t is -2. I add 1 will be -1. Then I have the y value is -4. We add 5, it will be, so -4 plus 5 is 1. Now t -1, 1. It's here. This is t prime. The last point, y, -3 plus 1, -2, -4 plus 5 is 1. -2, 1. It's here. We call it y prime. Now we match them with the small straight lines. Yes. So this is the image after I translated 1 step right, 5 step up. Do you have another question? Yeah, it says in which quadrant the image has been transformed. The image, in which quadrant now? Now you should memorize the values of the quadrant. So quadrant, it means you need to divide them for quarters. This is quadrant 1 in this area. This is quadrant 2, this area, and then 3, and here the last one is 4. So these are the quadrants. It's always in this order. So the pre-image, it was in quadrant 3. But in the question they are asking me, now the image, in which quadrant it becomes? So it goes to quadrant 2. So the image is in quadrant 2. So this is the answer. We should say here, they said in which quadrant? The answer is quadrant 2, or the second quadrant. Now this question, we have a triangle PQR. These are the points of the triangle, and I have their coordinates. It says that it's translated 4 units left. 4 units left. 6 units up. And then they said, write the x value and the y value without drawing. Now, when I say 4 units left, as you remember, when we have x and y, if I go to the left, x is negative. So here, what should I do? I should do -4 for the x coordinate. And then if I go up, for the y value, it's plus. So here I'm going up 6 steps. So for the y coordinate, I should do +6. Now the first point, p prime. P is 1, 0. Now for the x value, I need to subtract 4. So 1 minus 4 is -3. The y value is 0. I need to add 6. It will be 0 plus 6 is 6. Now for q prime, the x value is a 3. I need to subtract 4. It's -1. The y value is -5. I need to add 6. It will be 1. And then the last point, -4, -2. So I have -4. I need to subtract 4. Will be -8. And the y value is -2. I need to add 6. Will be 4. So these are the image of the original points. So again, why it's minus 4? Because here it says left, so it's minus. Why it's plus 6? Because it says up, so it's plus 6. Now, question 5, it says, without drawing the image, you don't have to draw the image. Write the mapping notation and label the points. But here, just by mistake, I write D, P, and R. No, we need to write the coordinates of these points. First of all, let me write the mapping notation. It says 180 degree. Remember that for the 180 degree, what is it? X and Y will be minus X minus Y. It means only change the sign of X and Y. This is the mapping notation. Now I need to write the points. The image points. So before I write the coordinates of the image point, I need to know the coordinates of the original points. So let me write the coordinates of E. It's minus 1, 0. The coordinates of A, it's 2, minus 3. The coordinates of R is minus 3, minus 1. And the coordinates of Q is minus 2, minus 4. Now, to write the new points, we just need to change the sign of X and Y. So here we write A prime, E prime, R prime, and Q prime. Now we put the new coordinates of A. We said that we need to change we need to change the signs of the coordinates. So A is 2 minus 3. Now I make it minus 2, 3. E is minus 1, 0. So I make it 1, 0. R is minus 3 minus 1. So I make it 3, 1. Q minus 2 minus 4. So it will be 2 and 4. So these are the image of the points. By how did I know their place? Not without drawing, only by using the mapping notation. Okay, now we have the writing the equations and then solve some of them. So in this question they said the rectangle has side length as shown, x plus 3, this is the length, and the width is 2x. And they give me then the perimeter. So since they gave me the perimeter, I should know the equation of the perimeter or the formula. What is the perimeter? You add all the sides together. And since here I have rectangle, so if this is x plus 3, then the opposite side is x plus 3, because opposite sides are equal. If this is 2x, then this is 2x. Now I need to write the equation of the perimeter. We add all the sides, it's equal to 48, it's given. Let me add all the sides. I have 2x plus 2x. And then we have x plus 3 and another x plus 3. All of these, when you add them, it's equal to 48. Now we simplify. We add x together, 2x plus 2x, 4x, plus x5 plus x6, so 6x plus, now you add the numbers together, 3 and the 3, 6, equal to 48. Now to solve the equation, we put letters in one side or the variables in one side, which is x here, and the numbers on the other side. So 6x will stay here. But I will take plus 6 to the other side, and I should change its sign. So it will be 48 minus 6. I'll explain it after again. Now, 6x equal to 48 minus 6 is 42. Now, to find the value of x, not 6x, I need to find the value of x. So here we have 6x. I divide by 6 to get only one x. So here we should divide by 6, the whole equation. So x equal to 42 divided by 6 will give me, what is it? 7. So again, let me explain it again. So we write the equation, it's equal to 48, is given. Then I simplify these, make it in red. I simplify these, I add them together. It gives me 6x, and then I add 3 and 3, which is 6. Now, next step, I need to take this 6 to the other side, because I need to leave the variable alone. So when I take 6 to the other side, it will be minus 6. So 6x equal to 42. Now I divide the whole equation by 6. So here, because when I make 6 over 6, it will cancel. And then here, 42 over 6 will be 7. So x equal to 7. And this is the answer here. It says find the x value. Now, question 7. Sorry. Ahmed spent $50 at the school store. He bought 2 books, cost $4 each. So he paid 4 for the first book and 4 for the second book. Then he bought X pencil cases. Like how many pencil cases? We don't know. It's X. So they are asking me to find X, like how many pencil cases he bought. But they said that the price of one pencil case is 6. So here, X is number of pencil cases and the price of one of them is 6. So you should write it as 6x. It means one pencil case costs $6. Now I know that all of this equation is equal to 50. Why? Because he spent 50 at the store. Now we just simplify it. 4 and 4 will give me 8 plus 6x equal 50. Now we take 8 to the other side, will be minus 8. And then we move it from here. So 6x equal to 42. Now I don't need 6x, I need 1x only. So we divide by 6. 42 divided by 6 is 7. So x equal to 7. What does that mean? The question is how many pencil cases did he buy? So he buys 7 pencil cases. Now question 8. Patrick's sister is 3/4 his age minus 1 year. And then now she is 11 years old. So they are giving me her age. So now we should write the equation. 3/4, they said 3/4 his age. What's his name? Patrick. Okay, so let me use P. So she is a 3/4 of his age minus 1 year. And now she is 11. So you write the equation of her age and then you put 11. So now I can find Patrick. I can find the age of Patrick because here I have P. So first of all, you take minus 1 to the other side. It will be plus 1. And then 11 plus 1 is 12. Now 3 over 4p equal to 12. So here p is multiplied by 3 over 4. Always, if you need to remove something next to the variable, you should do the opposite. So here multiply by 3 over 4. So I multiply the whole equation by the opposite of this fraction, 4 over 3. So here I will have p. Why? Because 4 times 3 and 3 times 4 will be 1. Equal to 12 multiplied by 4 over 3. Now, how do we multiply this? You know that in multiplying fractions, you multiply the numerators together and denominators together. Now, someone will say 12 is not a fraction, but we can write it as a fraction over 1. So now you do 12 times 4 and 1 times 3. But also there's an easier way. You can do some cancellation. Like 12 divided by 3 is 4, and the 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now we do the multiplication. 4 times 4 is 16, and the denominator 1 times 1 is 1. So which means it's 16. So Patrick, he's 16 years old. So we need to write the unit, 16 years. So Patrick is 16 years old, and his sister is 11, as it's given in the question. Now, question 9. 3 people were racing. So Ahmed passed 9 checkpoints. So in the race, we have checkpoints, we are counting them. And Yasser passed 3x minus 20 checkpoints, and Omar x plus 25 checkpoints. In total, like for these 3, they passed 200 checkpoints. Then they said, find how many each person make, like how many they passed, how many checkpoints they passed, okay? So first we write the equation. We have the first one, Ahmed, he passed x checkpoints, plus the second guy, he passed 3x minus 20, plus the third guy, he passed x plus 25. And the total for all of them was 200. Now you simplify x together, so we have x and 3x, 4x, and 1x is 5x. Then we have minus 20 plus 25 is minus 5. Sorry, it's plus 5. And this is equal to 200. What is the next step? Yes, take 5 to the other side. So 5x will be equal to 200 minus 5. 200 minus 5 is 195. Now we need the value of x, not 5x. So we do the opposite, which means we divide by 5. So 195 divided by 5 is 39. So x equal to 39. Now, did I finish? No. The question here doesn't say find x. It says find each one of them, how many checkpoints he passed. Let me write it down here. Now for Ahmed, He passed how many x? And x was it equal to? 39. So for him, he passed 39 checkpoints. For Yasser, how much he passed? 3x minus 20. So you should now do 3 multiply by what's the x value? 39. And then you subtract 20, which is equal to. So after you do the multiplication, you subtract, you will get 57. And then last one we have Omar. He passed x plus 25 checkpoints. Now x is 39 plus 25, and it's equal to 64. So Ahmed 39 checkpoints, Yasser 57 checkpoints, and Omar 64 checkpoints. Okay, another questions. Kendra is 3 times, means multiplication, her daughter's age plus 7. So now Kendra is 49. Okay, now we write the equation. She's 3 times, she's 3 times, so 3x, her daughter's age plus 7. And now she is 49. They said write an equation to find her daughter's age, which is x. Easy. We just take 9 to, we take 7 to the other side. So 3x equal to 49 minus 7. 3x equal to 42. So we divide by 3, x equal to 14 years. So now she is 49 and her daughter is 14 years old. So last problem, Leo started working for a new company that paid him $25 per 1 hour. So let me write it like this, $25 per 1 hour. And there's hiring bonus, $100. But this hiring bonus is paid only once. Like when they just hired him, they pay him 100. Now during the first 2 weeks, he was paid, this is the total, okay? So he was paid 1,200 for these 2 weeks. The question says how many hours did he work his first 2 weeks? Okay, then we need an equation. When they hired him, they paid him $100. This is a bonus. And he's working for a certain number of hours and he's getting $25 per 1 hour. For 2 weeks, he received $1,200. Now we just solve it. We take 100 to the other side, so 25h equal to minus 100. So 25h equal to 1,100. Now we divide by 25, so h is equal to 44 hours. And this is the answer. So how many hours he worked for the 2 weeks? He worked for 44 hours. Okay. Now the last question here, it says solve these equations. So as you can see here we have y and here we have y. So we need to put the variables in one side and the numbers on the other side. Let me write it here. So 12y, and let me bring 4y to this side. So it will be minus 4y equal to, on the right side, I have minus 14. And let me take 18 to this side also. It will change, we will change the sign. It will be minus 18. Now 12y minus 4y is 8y equal to minus 14 minus 18. We add them, they have the same sign, so it's minus 32. Now to find y, I need to divide by 8. So y equal to minus 32 divided by 8, which is minus 4. Now for the second one, here we have brackets and we have number outside. So first of all, I need to expand the bracket. What does that mean? We multiply the value outside by the values inside the bracket. So I multiply 6 by 3x and 6 by minus 1. And here I do the same thing. Let me write them down here. 6 times 3x, it's 18x. And then 6 times minus 1 is minus 6. Equal to 4. Sorry. 4 times minus 2x minus 8x. 4 times 5, 20. Now again, the same thing, put variables one side. So let me take minus 8x to here. It will be plus 8x. There I have 20. Take minus 6 to the other side. It will be plus 6. 18x plus 8 will give me 16x. On the right hand side, we have 20 plus 6, 26. Now we divide by 26. So x equal 1. Now for question C, again, we need to expand the bracket. 2 times 1.5 is a 3, and then we have C. 2 times 5 is 10. On the right hand side, I have 2C plus 10. Now bring C to the left side. 3C minus 2C equal to 10. Take 10 to the other side, minus 10. Now 3C minus 2C equal to 1C. But we don't write 1C, we write C. 10 minus 10 is 0. And this is the answer. So C is equal to 0. Now for D, here we have a problem. Like I need to take 8 to the other side, but here it's divided by 4. So this fraction here, this denominator is making me a problem. How can I remove it? I can remove it by doing the opposite. Here it's divided by 4, so I will multiply the whole equation by 4 to get rid of it. So we multiply 4 here, so the denominator will cancel. And also we multiply here by 4. So on the left hand side, I will have 2f plus 8 without a denominator. Now it's cancelled. Equal to, now 2f, I need to multiply it by 4. 2 times 4 is 8f. And then 10 times 4 is 40. Now let me put f in one side. You might take 2 there, or you might bring 8f here. I will bring 8f here. So 2f minus 8f equal to minus 40. Take 8 to the other side, it's minus 8. 2f minus 8f is minus 6f. Now, minus 40 minus 8 is minus 48. Now we need to divide by -6. So minus divided by minus will be plus. So now the answer should be positive. 48 divided by 6 is 8. So f is equal to 8. Now for the last question, I need to put the variables together. So 2 over 3 d. And I'm bringing 7 over 9. It will be minus 7 over 9 d equal to, on the right side I have 9, and then minus 5, when I write it there, it will be plus 5. Now, here I cannot simplify them because denominators are not equal. So I need to multiply this fraction by 3, to make them having the same denominator so I can simplify them. So when I multiply by 3, this one will be, we multiply 3 by 2 is 6 over 9d minus 7 over 9d equal to 9 plus 5, 14. Let me complete here. Now, 6 minus 7 is minus 1 over 9d equal to 14. Now to remove the fraction, as I said before, multiply by its opposite. So we need to multiply by 9 over 1, which is actually means 9. So when I multiply by 9 here, I will have minus d. And on the right hand side, when I multiply 4 by 9, sorry, it's not 14, it's this 14, not 4. 14 times 9, I will get 126. Now here, look, we still have the negative value. So you can multiply by minus 1, for example. So you change all the sign, or you can just flip them. Take minus d to the right side, it will be d. And take 126 will be 100 minus 126. And this is the value of d. So d is minus 126. So hope you can understand. And please bring ruler for your exam. Don't forget that. And memorize the mapping notation. Study well and good luck.